Hello everyone, I am Dr. Satish Pangal. In this lecture, we will learn cross-tabulation. Cross-tabulation is a statistical technique used in SPSS for analyzing the relationship between two categorical means qualitative variables. Cross-tabulation include cross tables, row percentage, column percentage, chi-square test, phi and Cramer V test. All these approaches help a researcher to understand how categories of one variable are associated with another variable. So, to perform this, we will add data. To add data, go to the file, click on import data and select the data type. In this example, suppose I want to know whether farming type influence preference of direct seeded rice cultivation in Haryana or not. So first we will assign value code, one for inorganic farmer and two for organic. Click on add, press the OK. In the same manner, we will assign code to the adoption, one for not adopted DSR method and two for adoption of DSR method. Click on OK. Now, to perform cross tabulation, go to the analyze, click on descriptive statistics and click on cross tabulations. In the row, we will insert farmer type and in the column we will insert adoption of DSR method. After inserting row and columns variables, go to the statistics, select the chi-square, phi and Cramer V, click on continue, again go to the cells, select the expected row, column and total, click on continue and press the OK. This is our result. Now I will teach you how to interpret the cross tabulation results. This is a cross table for organic, inorganic and total farmers. A cross table, also known as contingency table or cross tabulation. It is a statistical table that displays the frequency distribution of two categorical variables simultaneously. You can check we have entered two variables and their values. It helps in comparing two categorical variables and observing relationship between the variables. It also display the trend and pattern, calculate row and column percentage with phi, Cramer V and chi-square test. Now the interpretation of this cross table. The findings suggest that 66 of organic farmers prefer DSR method. On the other hand, you can observe 23 inorganic farmers adopt direct seeded rice methods in Haryana. It seems more organic farmers are interested to adopt DSR than the inorganic farmer. You can verify. But is this difference statistical significant? The question arises. And to answer this question, we perform chi-square test. Before going to chi-square test, I will like to interpret row and column percentage. First, row percentage. This is row percentage for organic and inorganic. Among the organic, you can identify about 77.7% farmer prefer to adopt DSR method and rest of such that 28.3 do not prefer DSR method. On the other hand, among the inorganic farmers, about 25.9% farmer prefer DSR method and 74.1% of farmers do not prefer DSR method. Column percentage interpretation. These are the columns. Among those who prefer DSR cultivation, 71.7 are organic farmers. Keep in mind. And 25.9% are inorganic farmers. On the other hand, among those who do not prefer DSR method, 28.3 are organic farmer and 74.1% are inorganic farmers. Now, whether such a percentage is statistically significant or not, to analyze this, we will go to the chi-square test. Let me explain what a chi-square test is. A chi-square test of independence determines whether there is a statistically significant association between two categorical variables. Keep in mind, two categorical variables, and for a chi-square test, the total sample size must be at least 50. If your sample size is less than 50, you will have to choose another test of significance. The most critical rule is that every cell in your contingency table must have an expected frequency of at least 5. So, the question is farming type associated with DSR cultivation or not? We will assume a null hypothesis. Suppose our null hypothesis is there is no association between the two variables such that farmer type and DSR cultivation preference are independent. Our alternative hypothesis is farmer type influence the preference of direct seeded rice cultivation method in Haryana. Chi-square value is 41.859, which is more than 5, and p-value is 0.000, which is less than 0.05, indicate our null hypothesis is not true, such that there is an association between farmer type and adoption of DSR method in case of Haryana. Now, suppose if I want to know the degree of association, we will use Phi and Cramer V test. Both Phi and Cramer V test indicate degree of association between the two variables. In this example, Phi and Cramer V value is 0.457, indicate a moderate relationship between farmer type and direct seeded rice cultivation method adoption. Keep in mind the value of Phi and Cramer V when close to 1 indicate a strong association between two variables, and as we approach to 0, it reflects a weak association between the two variables. In this manner, we can perform cross-tabulation such that can calculate row percentage, column percentage, total percentage, chi-square test, Phi and Cramer V test to analyze the association and significance of two variables. Thank you. Have a nice day.